Dear Diary, like every other day of my life, almost all the things that happen to me almost every time are awful. I am literally the most lied about human in history. I'm the most smeared and cheated and fucked over human in history. I'm the most assaulted human in history. No one has ever disagreed with me. I have yet to meet a person anywhere who says, when they hear that I've been assaulted over 5,000 times by over 3,000 people, who says, oh, that's no big deal. I was assaulted by 7,000 people. No one's ever said it. They all go, holy fuck. Okay, you might be the most assaulted person of all time. Over 5,000 times by over 3,000 people. I'm easily the most misunderstood human of all time. I am the most extreme human in history. In all categories. And that's not good, because I'm on a planet with savage, violent, brainless humans who discriminate against people over the pettiest shit. They murder people for being gay. They've murdered people for being females. They've murdered people because they didn't like their haircut. They've murdered people for all kinds of stupid shit. They've beaten up, assaulted, tortured, jailed people for all kinds of petty, fake, stupid bullshit. Humans are savages. You saw it in elementary school. Picking on people smaller than you? Is that supposed to be cool? You're picking on people small. Bullies pick on people smaller than them? Isn't that inherently lame? Now, if you're a bully and you go up to the guys bigger than you and you fuck with them, okay, then you'd be like, you're a badass, okay. But if you pick on people weaker than you, you should be fucking shot on sight and exterminated. And all humans should be exterminated, let's be honest. But today, Dear Diary, we're going to talk, I'm going to do another I'll do another diary entry about how I'm the most lied about human being of all time, the most smeared person of all time. Today, let's talk about one person who smeared me enormously over and over again. Remember, my job is to report the truth based on my own experiences. That's why I'm the most accurate reporter on earth. Most reporters and most news items you read are second-hand and third-hand information, like the kids' game telephone, meaning it's never correct, and it never is. Almost everything I report is first-hand. I go to jail, I tell people what it was like. I go to court, I tell people what it was like. I deal with fucking assholes, and I tell people what it was like. I give people ultra specifics, and that's why some people hate me, because I'm always right, and I'm always accurate. Larkin Grimm is a musician who married one of my pals, I guess. I have a hard time calling him that. Master Lee of Chink Floyd. And he's done so many mean things to me. It's unbelievable. Which is sad, because we have fantastic chemistry. And Larkin and I, we've made music together, have great chemistry. But Larkin is like most females. There's two Larkins. There's good Larkin, and there's psycho Larkin. And today I had another fight with Larkin. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? Oh my god. Pausing. Dear Diary, every hour of my life is fucking agony. I just did 10 minutes of recording covering a lot of different bases. Because remember, that's one of the problems with my diary entries. They're not just me or repeating a story or something. I go off into all these educational digressions, so it's impossible to reproduce the 10 minutes that just got deleted by GarageBand glitching. The whole thing just crashed and didn't save any of my shit. Am I really to believe that Apple does not have the technology to do autosaves in GarageBand? There's no way you can create a program that if it seizes or crashes in any way, it will still do an autosave of what you've done up to that point. So you at least you may have the inconvenience of having to restart the whole fucking thing, etc., but you don't lose all your work. Or do I push pause and save every 5 minutes? Is that what I should do? That's fucking retarded. It's all fucking retarded. Because capitalism means the shittiest product at the highest price. I paid for the finest computer on earth. That's what everyone told me. Are you telling me everyone's a retard but me? This is tiresome. It is really, really tiresome, Dear Diary. It's funny, because 20 years ago I said that life is about taking 2 steps forward and then 30 steps back. And then you take 2 steps forward and then you take 30 steps back. And each day you take 2 steps forward, then 30 steps back. I have never even made it to point 0 in my life. I've never made it to the bottom. I've never made it there. I've always been beneath the bottom. And every day is agony. And you see it just with these diaries. I often do diaries and GarageBand or something goes wrong and destroys it. and I can't save every fucking 2 minutes. Oh my God. Let's get on to our topic at hand, ladies and germs. Larkin Grimm, is she a right-wing Republican hypocrite? An evil person? Absolutely. And if anything in here is wrong, well, I welcome her to publicly debate me and prove it. You can always spot a liar in seconds. If you have two friends, or whatever, or let's say you have two friends who were dating and now they're both fighting, which is very common, you don't know who's telling the truth. What's this easy? Put them in the same room together at the same time, and you will almost instantly spot the liar, because one of the two people is going to have trouble answering questions. One of the two is going to have to change the subject. One of the two is going to obfuscate. One of the two is not going to rebut point by point the comments of the other person. You're going to clearly spot which person has a grasp of the facts and has answers for everything. That's the person telling the truth. And the person who's lying does what Larkin Grimm always does. Anytime we've ever had a debate, she won't answer questions. She just snaps and barks at you. Of course, that's the cliche of women. That's the stereotype of women. You think Larkin would understand that stereotype and not want to be a stereotype, because she's pretty creative when it comes to arts and stuff. And she's super alpha female, one of the most badass females I know, and she's very talented, etc., etc. How is it she can't recognize when she's being a Republican cunt? That's a huge mental deficiency. I outgrew that when I was 7 years old, Larkin Grimm. Okay? I now do unto others. Always. And I dare you to find a situation where I don't do unto others. Find one. Bring it on, assholes. So let's give some concrete examples of some of the shitty things Larkin Grimm has done to me. I mean, there's too many to list for today. Pushing pause to save. Dear Diary, there's only one person on earth who says I'm always right. Me. Even as everyone around me has seen me be right every single time any one of us has disagreed in any single topic. They see every day in the newspapers. Oh. World Trade Center knocked down by 2 jets. Huh. Christopher's been writing about that for 9 years. Oh, not bad, Chris. Oh, sorry. No, it was 2001. I wrote about it starting in 94. So that's 7 years. Well, Christopher, we told Christopher repeatedly that was a nutsy idea. You can't take down the Twin Towers with 2 hijacked jets. It's like, and then they saw it happen. And even though we could still debate whether there were also explosives in the building, I don't think they needed them. The buildings were built fucking poorly, and they were in violation of fucking building code laws, because the Port Authority land is immune to New York State building codes and immune to New Jersey building codes. Everyone overlooks that fact. The Twin Towers were built illegally. They forget that. A tiny fact. But we're not here to talk about that today, dear diary. I just, again, recorded a bunch of stuff, and before I got to push save, GarageBand delete again. So when I said I take 2 steps forward and 30 steps back every day, I was, of course, you thought I was exaggerating, and I was, as always, being conservative. I meant to say I take 2 steps forward and 130 steps back. That's every day of my life. I've wanted to die since I was 5. You can ask everybody when I was 10. All I wanted to do was die. Even if the human beings were not disgusting, awful savages, I would not want to live. If I lived in a world where everyone was nice and smart and cool and good, and there was no war and violence and crime and assholes and pettiness and jealousy and all the other stupid garbage, and it's almost all stupid garbage. Almost every inch of life is stupid garbage. But you're lucky most of you people aren't that smart, and ignorance is bliss, right? If the world was utopia, I'd still have to clip my toenails every fucking 2 days. That's fun. I'd still have to shower all the time so I don't stink. Well, that's fun. I love wasting water. Do you have any idea how much water does one human being use in their lifetime just washing their own dishes? That's offensive. But now include brushing their teeth. In 80 years, how much water for one person? We got 7 billion on the planet. One person, how much do they waste in water just using a toilet? Let's not even talk about showers. Let's not talk about laundry. You see what I'm saying? It is unfathomable. You cannot wrap your head around the waste and damage of one human being. I don't like clipping my nails. I don't like trimming my nose hair. I don't like having to wear deodorant. What? I'm putting this fucking weird fucking shit on my armpits and it's supposed to clog my pores? Is that how this shit works? This is fucking awful. All this shit is awful. And most of you understand when you think about it that life is awful. It's almost completely awful. But we still pretend it isn't. But I'm digressing again, dear diary, and I'm sorry. Let's push it. Hey, why don't we just keep pushing save? Here we go. So, dear diary, we are gathered here today to talk about Larkin Grimm, who is married now to Master Lee, who I'm in a bunch of bands with. I can't really call Master Lee a friend because he's done too many unbelievably bad things to me. And so has Larkin. Larkin has done shockingly bad things to me. But they are two of the people who are most central in my life. And there's nothing I can do about it. You've all been there. Don't believe the shit that right-wing garbage and assholes like Larkin Grimm say. They say, oh, you can do anything you want in life. Sure can. What? You're a quadriplegic, Steve? Chris Reeves. You're in a wheelchair, Mr. Reeves? You can do anything you want to do. Do you want to pilot a space shuttle? Your choice. You live in a great world, says George Bush. If I want a baseball team, I buy one. If I want to be president of the United States, my daddy makes me one. If I can do anything I want. If I want to invade countries that I don't like, I can do it. So don't tell me that people can't do things when they try. You have a skewed life there, you right-wing piece of shit. Just like Larkin Grimm has no grasp of reality. Her life has been privileged. And so she doesn't have sympathy for those who aren't privileged. And I find that despicable. Because even when I was doing well in life, I care about the underdogs. Even when I'm on top, I care about the people on the bottom. And there's tons of proof of that. Don't think I'm fucking shooting my mouth off, okay, assholes? Now, Larkin Grimm and I have had a couple fights. We've had a couple really big fights, and a lot of us have warned Master Lee that she's a dragon lady who's going to eat him alive. Now, this isn't really that fresh of a point, because women have been notorious for tens of thousands of years for being selfish, cunty psychos. So Larkin, in a way, doesn't even deserve that much special acclaim here for being a super Republican. Who, if you were to ask her, she would say she doesn't like Republicans. But you already knew that most humans are hypocrites, right? So Larkin Grimm, awful republicanism, and I want to, again, I believe in reporting what I know. I'm an investigative reporter. I'm a general reporter. Most of my reports are very accurate, unlike most reporters on Earth, because almost all of my reports are first-hand. I go to jail, I report to you what jail was like from my eyewitness accounts. I go to court. I deal with fucking shitty lawyers. I report what those experiences are like, so other people either can vicariously live through me, or they can be pissed off that their taxes are going for this or that. When people are assholes, I report about it. Usually I'm witnessing them being assholes, and I report about it, and you know it's accurate. I don't do my shit second-hand or third-hand like most reporters do. Almost everything in the New York Times is second-hand or third-hand. Look at it. It's not first-hand eyewitness accounts. That's one reason why I'm one of the most accurate reporters on Earth. Everything I report is first-hand, usually. And again, if you doubt anything I say about Larkin, challenge her to debate me in a public setting. She will refuse. Republicans do not like to debate. Liberals love to debate because the facts back us up. The Earth isn't flat. I'm sorry. No, gay marriage isn't worse than straight marriage. I'm sorry. People aren't different just because of the color of skin, assholes. I'm sorry. The sun doesn't revolve around the Earth. I'm sorry. The Earth has been around longer than 7,000 years. I'm sorry. You right-wing retards have never been right on any situation. Literally, in no situation in human history has the right wing been correct and the left wing been wrong. Never once. They said tobacco was good. They said asbestos was good. They said red meat was good. Every single situation in human history, Republicans have been wrong. That is the very definition of Republican. And most of you don't realize that. Republican means a person who's a fucking idiot, fucking short-thinking, narrow-minded, knee-jerking, jump to conclusions, doesn't listen to other side viewpoint, fucktards. And Larkin Grimm is a massive Republican, not just from her privilege and her sense of dismay, disdain for those weaker than her. Pausing to save. Dear Diary, I'll give you a bunch of examples of her and me fighting. I think some of this stuff is interesting. You might find so too. You might not. Some of it is kind of fun. Some of it is harsh. We fought about her. She said lots of nasty things about me. Like she says, you're a terrible singer. And I said, last night she said that over dinner. And I said, name the time and place. I'll blow you off any fucking stage. She said, well, you're a great performer. I said, no, no, no. We'll do a battle of the band, the battle of the singers. You versus me. I'm a better singer than you in every way, Larkin. Okay? And I think Larkin's a great singer. But most of you have never heard, remember, and she's almost never heard me sing. So she's already in a position where she's talking out her fucking ass, like all Republicans do. She's also said I'm a terrible drummer. And I've proven her wrong, but you can't reason with a woman, because women do not have logic circuits in their brains for the most part. Men and women are not the same. I'm sorry, get over it. They can have babies out of their pussies. Try it sometime, men. You can't really do it. And you can change your attitude all you want. You still can't do it. Women have certain qualities and skills that men don't, and men have certain qualities and skills. That's the way the creatures were built. Right? You can't say, man, if the fucking eagle practices, he'll be able to stay underwater as long as the fucking fish. No, he won't, fucktards. There's all these differences of creatures. Now, Republicans like to pretend, ironically, they like to pretend that all humans are the same. George Bush says, listen, I've never been homeless. My friends have never been homeless. So these niggers must have done something wrong to be homeless. Oh, I think that made it in the first two versions I did that got wiped away. Here's a fun fact for today, dear diary. If you notice, of course, everything the Republicans say, they are responsible for. Everything they criticize. Example, you'll hear zillions of Republicans and right-wing kooks say, fucking black, see, crime, it's always the fucking blacks. Look, there's another crime, another murder. Fucking savage blacks. And I'm the only person I've ever seen who says, well, you're right, these fucking savage blacks, look what they're doing. Man, you know who's responsible? Who fucking brought these fucking blacks here in the first place? Who brought these damn niggers here? Who what? Oh, that's right, it was the right wing. Oh, that's right, yeah. I mean, how'd they flood the land with blacks? They're from Africa. Why are they in Africa? What are they doing here? Oh, yeah. I remember now, the right wing and the conservatives kidnapped tens of millions of black people from Africa, beat them, enslaved them, raped their daughters and sisters and mothers, beat them for 300 years. Now the Republicans today say, well, these blacks are really angry savages. Oh, you don't say. You think they're angry and violent. I wonder what made them so angry. So remember that. The Republicans are on record a zillion times saying that the Republicans are responsible for all the black crime in America. I agree with them. But nobody puts things into honest, clear terms. Everything is twisted and spun and twisted and spun. Just as Larkin made me homeless numerous times and then criticized me for being homeless. That's one of the fucking MOs of the right wing. Everything they criticize. Example, they hate that all these fucking black people and fucking goddamn mix, they're having all these babies. Because the white people aren't having as many babies as the minorities. The white people's days are numbered. And I, for one, think that's hilarious. But these right-wingers, I hate those fucking goddamn niggers. Fatherless, fucking fathers disappears, and they fucking have all these babies popping them out, welfare babies popping them out. It's like, no, you guys are the ones who tried to stop abortion. Did you forget that, retard? And the other irony is, you're the ones, remember, the blacks and Latinos are very religious. They're very Catholic, fucking bunch of morons. Because you right-wingers made them that way. And you told them that childbirth is a glorious thing and they should have more babies. Remember? Oops. That's the point of fucking. It's not to have pleasure. It's to have babies. So that's one reason why Republicans can never win any arguments and they run away from debates and stuff. Because Republican means the exact same thing as retarded, knee-jerking fucktard who doesn't ever fucking use with their brain and thinking whatever the fuck. No, they ain't smart. They're fucking kooks. They've been wrong about everything in history. They're fucking kook retards. Oh shit. Let's try and not digress. Let's get back to Larkin Grid. Right-wing scumbag. Oh my God, some of the things they did. We were in their car today. I helped them move and pushing pause. Me being the most wonderful human being of all time, even though the two of them have been cunts to me, I helped them move. I also partially did it because I might, if I'm in an emergency, I might be able to stay at their place, which they no longer are in. Because of her fucking tyranny, She terrorized previous roommates. She terrorized Master. She came in the picture late. She's like Lady Macbeth. She came into the picture late and took over and started fights with everybody. Now, Master Lee is in a bind because part of him has been terrorized by her too, but he is in love with her, and she is amazing except for her psycho-republicanism. She's a remarkable female, and Master Lee married her. And we all know she's going to eat him alive, but he loves her, and he wants a wife, and blah, 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 blah. She's already fucking fucked him over a zillion times. She terrorizes him, and it's going to end very badly. I've tried to prepare him, and we'll see. I wonder if I'm going to be wrong. Check back in, kids. As I make this diary, it is June 22nd, 2011. Let's see how the Master Lee and Larkin Grimm relationship pans out. Will the Dragon Lady prove to be a Dragon Lady? Will she eat him alive? She lost him his fantastic free home. He's got a fucking 4-bedroom, fucking practically a mansion, the East Village. He's been there 20 years. Do you know how hard it is to move after you've lived somewhere for your entire adult life? That's not easy. And she just spends his money like it's going out of style. She sponges off people. That's what Republicans do. Republicans don't actually do any work. They make the little people do the work. That's the whole point of republicanism. You make the slaves do the work. Master Lee is Larkin's slave. But he's not going to he can't stand up to her. And he just nods and smiles. And so, man, there's so many different stories. Fuck. Some of them are really juicy. They're not that juicy. They're not salacious. Fuck, we'll do this in 2 parts. Let's go on to some of the fucking anecdotes of some of the shit that Larkin's done to me and said about me. Some of the shit is incredibly fucking stupid. And the shit she said to me today and yesterday was stupid. And my job is to expose stupidity, to shame, publicly shame those people so they regret doing stupid things, and next time they use their brain. They think before they shoot off their fucking mouths, before they do asshole behavior. There has to be repercussions for bad behavior, ladies and germs. We've tried it the other way. It has never worked in mankind's history. In my life, it's never worked. When I've been nice to assholes, they just become bigger assholes. You have to fight back with bullies and assholes. Okay, please remember that. If we all stood up to bullies, there'd be no more bullies. If we all stood up to bad politicians, there'd be no more bad politicians. End of part 1.